Yeah, Nishita, just I thought of sharing this video with you. See, the function call and return actually it works based on these two principles. The first principle says that when there is a function call, the address of the next instruction, which can also be called as the return address, the address of the next instruction and the content of all local variables of that function will be pushed into the stack. Whenever there is a function call, the address of the next instruction and the content of local variables will be pushed into the stack. Remember this. Similarly, when a return statement executes, the top of the stack will be popped out. Okay. So with this principle only this is going to work. So these are the functions. Here this function is called with 5. Right. So 5 comes here. So n is 5. We check whether n is equal to 0. No. So it prints n as it is. So 5 will be displayed. Okay, fine. Now after that there is a function call. So what is the principle says? When there is a function call, the address of the next instruction should be pushed into the stack and the local variables also should be pushed into the stack. So let us assume these are the address of these instructions. This is the first instruction, we call it as address as A1, second instruction A2, third A3 and fourth A4. So currently we are executing A3, which is a function call. So A4 should be pushed into stack. A4 should be pushed into stack and also the particular uh, whatever the value of n at that time, that also should be pushed into stack. So the address A4 is pushed into stack and currently what is n value? 5. So the n is the local variable here. Okay. See, n is 5 only. Here we are calling with 3. That doesn't mean it becomes 3 because this is n we are not changing. Still n is 5. 5 minus 2 is 3. So this 3 is a separate constant. This is not part of n. Current n value is 5. That is pushed into stack. Okay. Right. So after pushing this into stack, then only the function call will happen. Now function 2 is called with what value? With 3. So here n is received as 3. Again here we check whether n is equal to 0. No, it's not 0. So print of n. This n value is what? 3. Okay. Now we call function 1 with plus n. See, this is pre-increment. So first n will increment. N becomes 4. So now n becomes 4. It is not a separate constant. N itself is becoming 4. After that only function is going to call. After that only function n1 is going to get called. Okay. So now whenever there is a function call, the stack content should be pushed into, the next address of the address of the instruction that follows function call should be pushed into stack. So let us assume that B4 is the address which follows function call. So we will push B4 into stack and at that time what is the again here we have only one local variable n. What is the n value? 4, because it is pre-increment, it's already incremented. So before function call it is 4. So this 4 will be pushed into stack. Okay, right. So now this top function is called with n as 4. So this function is now got called with n value 4. So this is 4 again. Okay, right. I will delete other things. I will delete all these things. Right. Okay, now n is 4. Again it will check whether n is 0. No, it's not 0. So print n. So 4 will be displayed. 4 will be displayed. Now once again we are calling function 2 with n minus 2. N minus 2 is 2. This is a constant. Here we are not updating n. So whenever there is a function call, the next address should be pushed into the stack, which is A4, and current n value is 4. So this 4 will be pushed into stack. Okay, fine. Now function is called with what value? 2. Function 2 is called with 2. Is n is 2? Is n is 0? No. so print n. So what will it will display? 2 it will display. Okay, then what we are doing, function, we are calling function what with plus plus n. So plus plus n means n will become 3. It's pre-increment. Before the function call itself, it is incremented. Now function is to be called, so the return address and the local variable should be pushed into the stack. Again, what's the return address? B4, and the local variable is n. What is its value? 3. Okay, this is pushed into stack. So now this function is called with n as 3. So this is called with for n value of 3. It's called with n value 3. Right. Okay, so now let us see what happens. Again it checks is n is 0. No, it's not 0. So then print n. So what is n? 3 will be printed. Again we are calling function 2 with n minus 2. So 3 minus 2 is 1. It's a constant 1. So before calling the function, the return address should be pushed. So a4 will be pushed. And what is current n value? Current n value is 3. This is a constant. N is not updated. Okay, so 3 will be pushed into the stack. Okay. So now 1 is coming here. Again we check whether n is 0. No, not 0. So print n. So 1 will be displayed. 1 will be displayed. And again we are calling function 1 with plus plus n. So plus plus n means n becomes 2. So n becomes 2 before function call. Then as it is a function call, the return address and current n should be pushed into the stack. So b4 will be pushed into the stack, and n is what? 2. So this 2 will be pushed into the stack. Okay, so now this function is called with 2. It is called with 2. Okay, so again what it will check? It will check whether n is 0. N is not 0. If n is not 0, it should display whatever n as it is. So current n is 2. So 2 will be displayed. Okay, 2 will be displayed. Then again we are going to call function 2 with n minus 2. N is 2. 2 minus 2 is 0. Okay, so before this function call happens, what should happen? This return address is what? A4. And what is current n value? What is current n value? Current n value is 2. So that will be pushed into the stack. Okay, right. And now this function will be called with n as 0. Now it checks whether n is 0. Yes, n is 0. Okay, if n is 0, what should happen? Return. This is the first time we are executing return. Okay, so now you recall, whenever this, what is the second principle says, whenever there is a return statement, what should happen? The top of the stack should be popped out. So see, top of the stack need not be one element, there can be many elements. Here top of the stack contains return address, and at that time what is n value. So it means the control will go to A4. Control will go to instruction A4. So this will come out. Control will transfer to this address. So what is A4? This instruction. And at that time what is n value? 2. At that time this is the n value. Okay. So it will display what? Print of %d, n value is 2. So it will display 2. Okay. Right. So again after this you see this close bracket. Close bracket means what? Close bracket means return. Close bracket actually means return. Okay, so again it is a return statement. So once again the top of the stack will be popped. Now top of the stack is this. So it says that go to address B4 and current n value is 2. So B4 is this. So this print will execute, and what is n value? 2. So 2 will be displayed. So this is also moved out, right? Now after this what? Again it's a close bracket. Close bracket means once return. So again pop the top of the stack. What is top of the stack? A4. So it means go to the address A4 and current n value is 3. So A4, this instruction will execute with n value of 3. So 3 will be displayed. Okay, so this will come out. Okay, again you see this instruction, this close bracket, which means return statement. So whenever there is a return statement, pop. Now what's the top of the stack? B4 and with n value 3. So go to B4 with n value 3. So print of %dn. So 3 will be displayed once again. Okay, so now this is popped out. Again, what is this statement? Close bracket. So which means return, which means pop the top of the stack. Now what's the top of the stack? The return address is A4 with n value 4. So A4 will be executed with n value 4. So A4 is a print statement, print of %dn. So 4 will be displayed and this top element of the stack will be removed. Okay, again what is this? Again it's a close bracket, so which means it's a return statement. So what should you do? Pop out of the stack. So B4, so this will come out. So the return address is B4 and n value is 4. So again it's a printf statement, print of %dn, n is 4. So 4 will be displayed. Okay, so now this has come out. Again there is a close bracket, so which means pop. So when you pop now, the return address is A4 and current n value is 5. Okay, so go to A4, assume n as 5. So print of %dn means it will display 5. It will display 5. Okay, so this has also came out. Now also there is a return, now also there is a close bracket, but if you execute, if you pop, what will happen? Stack is empty, right? So how long this pop should happen, in the sense until stack becomes empty. Okay, or you can assume if there is a main function, there the control will go. And again if there is a pop, the stack is empty, it means that whenever the stack is empty, the control will go back to the compiler. Whenever the stack is empty, the control will go back to the compiler, and so the program will terminate. Okay, so we are getting this type of output, right? So it is not only with for any function, this is the rule. Okay, whenever a function call happens, the return address and the local variables will be pushed into stack, and whenever there is a return instruction executes, the top of the stack will be popped out. Okay, so this means 5 3 4 2 3 1 2 2 2 3 3 4 4 5. So this is the correct answer, right? Okay, morning I said this because I have not observed this plus n. Okay, I thought it is post increment or something like that. Okay, I thought this is equivalent to this. I thought it is n plus 2, right? So okay, so if you consider so for this code, this is the correct output, this is the correct output, right? Okay, so thank you. Just I thought of sharing this, it may be useful. Fine.